Amat merat ike tesolderat igmerut.
This video focuses on the hasty generalization fallacy, which can also be called the jumping to conclusions fallacy, or to call it by its Latin name, the Dicto Simpliciter. The hasty generalization fallacy is an informal fallacy and is the result of faulty inductive reasoning. It occurs when we use the findings from too small of a sample to prove a point or make a more general case or claim that the data does not support. One simple example of this is a claim like, all three of my aunts are terrible drivers and this shows that women are terrible drivers. While the data in this case would certainly support the case that this person's aunts are terrible drivers, it does not support the wider claim that women are terrible drivers. Another example of this would be something along the lines of, there are still people getting COVID after getting the vaccines, so this shows that the vaccines are ineffective. This one is, of course, obvious. The fact that people still get COVID after getting all of their vaccines does not show that the vaccines are wholly ineffective. There are several examples of this fallacy being committed by atheists on social media that spring to mind. A common one that I often see is an atheist that argues that theists in general want to ban abortion because of a selection of the population of Christians in America. This makes the mistake of thinking that all theists are Christians, when theist is a term that has wider connotations than just Christians in America. It also fails in another way, in that even if a certain section of the population of the Christians in America want to ban abortion, that would not lead to all or even most Christians wanting to ban abortion, as Christians are a diverse group of people with many denominations across many nations. The hasty generalization fallacy warns us against making claims that are not warranted by the data. We must also be wary of accusing certain claims of being a hasty generalization when they are not, though. For example, atheism comes in several flavors. Let's consider both weak atheism and strong atheism here. To argue that all atheists believe that God does not exist would be a hasty generalization. The data does not support this because both weak atheism and strong atheism exist, and only strong atheists believe that God does not exist. However, it would not be a hasty generalization to say that all atheists do not believe in God, as this is a commonality shared between the two groups, and the data supports this regardless of any polling sample size. One could argue here that there could be people using the term in such a way that atheist means people that believe in God, but this would be an equivocation fallacy, as the claim is speaking about atheists using the word in the standard sense and the word as it applies to people in a general sense.